Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Greetings, viewers and subscribers. We are now at Watercress in the parish of Westmoreland. I know, the sun is in your eyes, but we couldn't help it. We are on our way to the parish of Manchester. Continue to sit back, continue to relax, and continue to enjoy this journey with me. So, yesterday, I asked you to tell me the names of some famous or well-known persons who were born in the parish of Westmoreland, and a lot of names were dropped. No, Mr. Percival James Pattison. He was not born in the parish of Westmoreland. Some people, they are going to dispute this, but just go and do your research. Mr. P.J. Pattison. He was born on April 10th, 1935. He was born on Russell Road in the parish of St. Andrew. Not in the parish of Hanover either. Go and check it out. People like Peter Tosh, Richard Stevens, Roy Ryan, and members of the group known as the Itals, a DJ named Mega Bantan, Lady Patra. They were all born in the parish of Westmoreland. I will continue with the list tomorrow. So, many of you would have watched the interview with myself and Kevin Lewin, also known as Louis, earlier today. If you haven't yet watched it, please do. Also, please go and subscribe to his channel and watch the videos, because we want Louis' channel to be monetized. And yes, yeah man, I accept the criticism. Whenever I'm doing these interviews, most of the times I am interrogating instead of interviewing. I am learning on the job, and definitely in the near future that will be corrected. Yeah man, I know. My apologies. I am still learning. I never trained for this, This is a on-the-job training that I am doing. So just bear with me. Alright? So yesterday, we told you about that man on your screen. His correct name is Rushane Brown. We have reported that he was missing for almost a week now. We are happy to report that Rushane is safe. Rushane, he is alive and well. Rushane, all you had to do was to send a message to your mom and tell her that you are okay. But I am happy that you are okay. But please, may I beg you, be careful. Be very, very careful. Now, in the news today, this first incident, it took place last night, Sunday, October 9th, 2022, almost 10:30. It took place at Upstreet at Belmont in the Bluefields Police area in the parish of Westmoreland. So we are learning that a bike show was being held at Upstreet in Belmont. We are told that several persons were in attendance at this event when several loud explosions were heard, sounding like gunshots. The persons who were at the bike show, they ran off in various directions. When the smoke was cleared, it was realized that two persons who were at the bike show, they were shot. A man, he's in his early 20s. He received gunshot wounds to his left foot. And a lady, she's in her late 20s. She received gunshot wounds to her right hand. Both of them, they were rushed to a nearby hospital where they were treated. The mayhem. Now, over in the parish of Hanover, you remember that recently I told you about the once peaceful district named Ginger Hill in the Kingsville Police area in the parish of Hanover? Yeah man, some youngsters, they have been firing a lot of shots in that area. Well, last night, Sunday, October 9th, 2022, about some minutes to 11 o'clock, a party was being held at a shop along the Ginger Hill main road when a man, he's about 50 years old, he was attacked and shot by a lone hoodlum. He received gunshot wounds to his right shoulder and his right hand. The hoodlum, he then made good his escape. The police were called and the man who was shot, he was rushed to a nearby hospital where he was treated and admitted. The mayhem. Now, this incident, And from I have been carrying the news on YouTube, this is the first time I'm going to be calling the name of this district. As a child, I attended the Chambers Pen All-Age School in the parish of Hanover for 6 months. I used to live at a place named McLaren Gate, up in the hills. Chambers Pen people, they are known to be peaceful people. But we are learning that a man, his name is Mr. Henry Davis. He was killed at Chambers Pen over the weekend. We are told that yesterday morning, Sunday, October 9th, 2022, about 9:30, residents of the area, they stumbled upon the body of Henry. He was found lying lifeless in his yard in a pool of blood. The police were called, and when they inspected Henry, it was observed that he had chop wounds to his head. He died as a result. The Lucy police, they are carrying out investigation. This next incident, it took place last night, Sunday, October 9th, 2022, about 7 o'clock. It took place at Duckett's Road in the Cambridge police area in the parish of St. James. We are learning that residents of the area, they reportedly heard gunshots being fired in the area and they called the police. When the police went and made checks, they saw a man lying face down in a pool of blood with what appears to be gunshot wounds to his head and his upper body. This man, he appeared to have died on the spot. We are getting unconfirmed reports that this man, he is known as Bentley Reed, and he is one-handed. He is said to be of a black complexion, medium built, and he had a low-cut hairstyle. This man, he's about 5 feet 8 inches tall, and he appeared to be in his mid-40s. He was dressed in a red t-shirt, blue jeans pants, and black sneakers. Now, as soon as we confirm this man's name, we will be updating this story. But we are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 3 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. Now, before we started recording this video, we received information that a man in his mid-40s, he was shot and seriously wounded earlier today in the Farm Heights area of Montego Bay. We are gathering the details and we'll be updating this story in a subsequent video. Now, listen to this now. You remember we carried a story on Saturday, February 5th, 2022, and we told you about an incident that took place on the early morning of Friday, February 4th, 2022, about 4 o'clock. It took place along the roadway in Hague Settlement in the vicinity of Snag Rice Shop in the parish of Trelawney. Now, that man on your screen, he was shot and killed. His name is Dwayne Anderson, but he was popularly known as Squaddie. He was 36 years old and he was the operator of the Snag Rice Shop at Hague Settlement. It is said that Squaddie, he was at his shop in the early morning when he was pounced on by a guy who Squaddie knew very well. That guy, he was armed with a gun, but Squaddie, he managed to cut that guy. The guy shot and killed Squaddie. That hoodlum, he was taken into police custody, but because of a lack of evidence, the cops had to let him go. Now, do you know who is that hoodlum that we are talking about? Well, that hoodlum, he was popularly known as Blacks. So, you know that when someone is called Blacks, it's either they are very black or their surname is Black. Not true? Well, Blacks is that guy on your screen. Yes, man, him same one. So you are now saying, but Papa, you're idiot, because the guy on the screen is not black. Nor his surname is not black. Well, look at your screen now. That is what you call transformation. That's Tosaine Cleghorn, one of the hoodlums who was shot and killed by the police and soldiers early Saturday morning at Hague Settlement in the parish of Trelawney. That same Tosaine Cleghorn, he was the same person who shot and killed Dwayne Anderson, popularly known as Squaddie. Now, many of you might have missed this. That photo that is being circulated with Tosaine, it was taken off someone's WhatsApp status, and that person wrote this on their status. Tosaine, me can't believe you make police and soldier kill your youth. What kind of BBC crosses? And that BBC, it does not mean British Broadcasting Corporation. The person went on, what kind of BBC crosses you no go pick up on yourself? Well, blacks. Well, my apologies. Well, Whitey. He played stupid games, so he win stupid prizes. Not true. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to do it. And if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button. As also, hit on the notification bell, then click all. So that whenever we upload a new video, you will be the first to be notified. Now, in the final story for today, this one took place at Garlands, in the Pimento Hill area, in the Springmount Police area, in the parish of St. James. It took place yesterday evening, Sunday, October 9th, 2022, about some minutes after 6 o'clock. So, this is what we are learning. A group of persons, they were at a shop in the area. You know, Sunday evening thing, men hang out, having a drink and chatting, all kind of things. Well, one of the men who was in the group, he's popularly known as Juice, and he's said to be in his mid-30s. Juice's white Toyota Axio motor car, it was parked on the outside. Now, Juice, he was about to leave, so he was heading to his Toyota Axio. At the time he was heading to the Axio, we are told that a white Toyota Vitz motor car drove into the lane to the shop where the men were. The Toyota Vitz, it stopped at the shop and 3 hoodlums jumped out of it. They already had guns in hand. They opened a barrage of gunshots at the men who were in the shop and Juice, who was going towards his car. The hoodlums, they then jumped back into the Toyota Vitz and made good their escape. When the smoke was cleared, it was discovered that 6 men were shot. How much we say a while ago? 6 men were shot. Juice, who was heading to his car, he received gunshot wounds to the left side of his forehead. A man known as Terry, he's said to be in his mid-20s. He also received gunshot wound to his forehead. A man known as Jermaine, he received gunshot wounds to his left hand. And a man called Cornell, he received gunshot wound to his left ear. Another man known as T, he's said to be in his mid-40s. He received gunshot wounds to both his legs. Now, that youngster on your screen, his name is Garret Leslie, but he's popularly known as Hush. Hush is 21 years old and he lived at Backwood in the Pimento Hill area of Germantown in the parish of St. James. Hush, he received gunshot wounds to his head and his chest. It is suspected that he died on the spot. The other men, they were rushed to a nearby hospital where they were treated and admitted. We are told that when this crime scene was processed, 18 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. We are also told that the hoodlums who carried out this act, they are known. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Want me country back, give me country back.